example, in Ukraine during this war. And that totalitarianism and democracy collided head-on. Technological backwardness, centralized management, reliance on the natural resources, and strong government are losing perspectives. The war of Axis member is about maintaining the old order with new slogans. Time is running out of their favor, and they need to be hurried. Western democracy is often developing too quickly without ordinary people having time to adapt to the challenges arising from such rapid development. Democracy has endless weaknesses that are quite effectively exploited by enemies who follow all their own rules, where human lives has no values. And therefore I think that the Western society making one of the mistakes is that we don't understand, or most of us don't understand, how people in Russia are different than us. And people are surprisingly that how, for example, Putin is successful and still very popular despite the casualties and never-ending 3 days war in Ukraine. And we think that Russia society is totally different than Putin, which is, from my opinion, is not true. Usually leaders represents the environment where they came from, and Putin is not the issue. The whole or majority of Russian society is toxic, and they even proud to feel being respectful in very special way. They have this kind of slogan. They said that if they fear us, it means they respect us. So their understanding of respect has nothing to do with achievements in technology, human freedom, culture, education. They don't even pay attention and don't try even to compete. Anything created that is of any value of either stolen or copied, just for one sole purpose. Russia usually, based on the history, they usually have only two stages. Either they are preparing for the war, or they're committing the war. And just, it's very difficult to find a common language, understanding those people are very different. Usually when we start talking to other opponents or our counterpart, we try to evaluate our opponents based on their own kind of degree of damage, the values, culture, education, experience, and we're surprised why the Putin is still continuing the war. And even some Russian experts like even Khodorkovsky, who was very wrong in thinking that the number of casualties in Russian soldiers in Ukraine would stop Putin's ambitions and his desire to continue useless war. But the war is continuing, and the popularity of Putin becoming more and more strong. And we understand that it's not enough to change the regime. We have to change, or to help change the attitude of people, and those people doesn't want to change. They are proud to be rude, to be aggressive. That's the way how they understand their influence. And those are very difficult to talk and with other Russian friends, even so-called Russian, good Russians, and they don't understand that there is no way how to change, because they are proud to be as it is. And therefore we have some conflict, not conflict, but some tension with other Russian opposition who now really show their face, like for example Navalny group and other people. They see that all of us are enemies. They're looking for us to arrest us, understood? They're looking for us. They said that they need to find somebody who talking about decolonization, because that they start to show what they really think about. And another is that a little bit talking about the Russia and China relationship, that Western society, at least officials, think that Russia should be prevented in order for the future to keep influence, to control the China influence worldwide. And they see and understand that Russia is very officially and historically they're much more closer to Western society than to China, but I see more similarities between Russia and China than differences, despite the fact that they are different and they have geographically living in different societies. But even in medicine, people, especially saying that the genetic influence only 15%. The most important issue is the epigenetic, where the people are living, and despite that they're very different physiologically, they are very in common with their attitude and understanding of own goals. And Russia and China is very similar in their values, and they see us as a Western society as the biggest threat and enemy of their existence. And we also, our task is to explain to our partners that China has interest to maintain Russia as it is, because they're using in a very smart way Russia to strengthen their power, and using Russia as a tool to weaken Western society